So here we go, feet together, feet apart, about shoulder width. Knock away anything on the floor that you need to. So I got my shoulders over my hips, over my knees, over my feet. Seems very common, typical, common sense type of thing. We don't want to be doing these exercises where we're off center. We want to have everything stacked over our center line. So then I relax my arms. Let them move freely. Raise your arms up as if to make a big Valentine heart shape. Here's the point, right in front of your real heart. And we push down. So this whole time I want to keep my hips and knees slightly bent so as to keep my body stable. The lower my center of gravity is at this point, the more stable my whole body is. So there's that heart shape, and we push down. So everything starts at the top. Hands up, chin up. Hands start to drop, let your chin drop. So that movement of your head up and down helps you to arch and round your spine. So chin up, arch your lower back. Chin down, round your lower back. Trying to get this wave of movement up and down the spine. Inhale. Are you joining us today? Come on in, join the party. So what helps as far as spacing, when we have a lot of people in the room, make sure you got at least this much space, side to side, front and back. And if you want to move around a little bit, that's fine. Just, everybody displaces. So again, arms up, head up, inhale. Arms down, chin down, exhale. So all these little details and instructions help give you some idea of what you're trying to accomplish with your body, but it's also occupying a good portion of your thought. Trying to put your thought right here, what you're doing with your body and all these alignments and movements. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you come down. Just following along, doing the best you can, right? If you have questions, you can always ask. You're just following basically what I'm doing here. So it's a big heart shape. So we also have this idea that I'm keeping my mouth closed. Trying to breathe as much as possible through my nose. Trying to filter the air, warm the air. Inhale. So now as I'm pushing down, I'm also trying to pull back on the abdomen muscles. Relax the stomach, relax the abdomen. Squish it. So that's moving, the midsection, it's the diaphragm, which the muscle wall between the organs of the lungs. And then below it, you got your stomach, spleen, pancreas, liver, all those organs. We're trying to make those move. Inhale. Squish. Exhale. So we keep working our way down. We did the hands, we did the arms, we did the back, we did the stomach, the hips and knees were bent at the beginning. I'm working my way down. I want to shift my hips slightly forward so as to bring the weight towards the ball of my foot. I go flat on my foot, and then as I push down, I shift the weight towards my heels. So this whole movement is kind of designed to get our body to move like a big wave from our head to our toes, or really our fingers to our toes, right? So it starts up here, hands to the shoulders, shoulders to the spine, to the hips, to the toes, and then to the heels. Shift forward, inhale. Go flat, exhale, shift back. Inhale. So that little shifting of the ball of your foot, at the very least, it's getting all the muscles and tendons and bones in your feet to move. On a more complex side, it's helping you balance. It's challenging you to be aware of where your center of gravity is at so as to keep shifting and stabilizing. So we're going to do 3 more of these. And then we'll go on to the next thing. Inhale. Exhale. I'm really trying to slow down the breath by putting a pause before and after each part. Inhale, then there's a pause, then there's the exhale, and then there's a pause, and then I inhale one more time. As I push down, this last time I'm going to squish the stomach. I'm going to lock my knees and elbows for a moment as I push down, and then I'm going to relax my knees and elbows. All right? So everything we just did, it's kind of like a scan from the top of our body down to our toes. I had little details and instructions. It's maybe about 10 different things that you're trying to keep track of as you're doing this. Hopefully that makes everything going, oh, look at that. I look out the window and I can see the lawnmower guy and a Lamborghini going by. Who cares? That's out there. By focusing on those 10 things from my head to my toes, it's putting my thought and awareness back in me instead of that stuff. All right? So let's keep moving. Next exercise, we start to add more components to it. So again, I'm going to go with my feet apart and then maybe a little bit wider, like maybe shoulder width and a half. So I'm going to pick up a big ball, like a big beach ball, and I relax my arms, my hands, fingers, pull the ball in. My nose and navel are my reference points. So I get to the other side, the ball is small, and then I push it out the window. Now we do this same thing on the other side. So again, my nose is where my thumb goes. My other hand's level with my navel. And then I bring the ball across, and then it gets smaller. And then I push. My shoulder is relaxed, but my hand is about the same height. This other hand is just loose and open. So what this is right here, it's a circle. And then I split it, and then I moved it. So if you keep that idea that we constantly are kind of moving this ball around, this circle shape. So I got the ball, elbows, wrists, hands are slightly bent. Everything is still bent, but I push the ball out the window. So if that's all good, we start to engage our lower body. This kind of shifting side to side is pretty key to this whole thing. So if I start the exercise, I'm going to bring the ball in over here. Here's my nose and navel. Shift your waist, and then the hands finish at the end. Flip it over, pull the ball in like you're pulling your breath in. Shift from the left leg to the right leg, and then the hands go out. So this is a concept that I refer to as feet, because our feet push our waist. It's feet, waist, and either hands or arms at the end. Everything relaxed, everything loose. Pull the ball in, breathe in. Shift, feet, waist, arms. Push the ball out. Pull the ball in, inhale. Feet push the waist turns the spine moves the shoulders and hands. So everything is very loose, everything's comfortable. Inhale. Exhale. So I'll stop talking for a moment. We'll just do the exercise a few times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so that's a couple times without me talking a whole lot. Look to the right and then look to the left. Try not to look forward a whole lot. So my focus is here. Inhale. I kind of gloss over the front and I look to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Because where our focus goes, our eyes go, right? That has a lot to do with how we manage stress. So I'm trying to have a focal point and I'm looking out towards the sides here. All right? So this is the kind of light one. This is one of the first exercises in some of the Tai Chi forms. It's called ward off. It's like you're keeping something away from you, right? Then there's another way of doing it where there's a bit more movement of your spine. Okay, so that's the easy one. This other one has a bit more going on. So say we're starting it with our feet together. We raise our arm. We put our hand by our elbow. We crouch down a little bit from the hips and let the knees bend slightly. So that's going to be 1. 2, I'm shifting the weight so my left leg is solid. My right foot is going to touch once, twice. 3, bring your hand to your shoulder, like my thumb tapping my shoulder, and you shift your weight. Now here's that same ward off exercise with the arm kind of pushing a ball away. So now we're on the other side. Feet together, hand up and your other hand's by your elbow. Sink down, that's 1. 2, the weight goes to the right leg, so you touch, 1, 2, 3, hand to your shoulder, shift your feet to your waist, to your shoulders, to your hands. So that's got 4 parts now. So this part's kind of easy, maybe, right? So let's make it harder. Try to balance by lifting your leg up, and then set it down. Hit the foot once, twice. Hand to your shoulder is 3 with the hips moving. 4, push the ball out the window. So again, we got 1. If you can do it, crouch down and try to lift the leg up. 2, touch twice. 3, shift. 4, push the ball out the window. So a moment ago, my hand was up with that other exercise. It was like I was pushing the ball this way. Now this one, the hands are pulled back. So this arm is keeping something away, like all the way over here, push it away. But I keep the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder bent, the shoulder relaxed. This one is up, kind of protecting my ribs. All right, so let's keep going. One more time, we'll do this one. Feet, waist, arms was that part, and then we do it again. Feet, waist, hand and arms. So if this looks kind of okay and you're fine with this, we come back over to here with your hand going to your elbow, and you make a circle. Up and then down. There's the whole circle. And then my feet come together back over to here. And then we crouch. So we're just adding a little extra thing on the bottom. Touch once, touch twice. Shift across. So watch what I do again. Hand to the elbow. Wherever my hand goes, my head and spine are going to follow that. All the way to here. And then they come together, and I kind of pop up. Try to balance. Touch once, touch twice. Shift across. So this side-to-side movement that we've been doing this whole time is kind of like a water. It's like a water theme that we're trying to like picture in our mind. It's like a fish tank that you picked up, and you try to move a fish tank, the water's going to move kind of drastically to one side as you try to maintain some stability. So once I'm here, this part right here, this is the water kind of like splashing up, hitting a rock or a big boulder. And then the water settles down, and then the water flows up the beach. Same idea here. It's kind of like the wave is up, the wave is down, kind of pops up, settles down, advances up the beach or out to sea, right? So wave, inhale. Exhale as your torso folds. Pop up, inhale. Exhale as you fall. Inhale. Exhale. You don't really fall, it's the water falling, right? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So a lot of these are different pieces and parts and components when we put together the Tai Chi forms. You're not going to see a whole lot of bending like this, though. Usually you keep your head and your spine kind of one above the other through most of the Tai Chi forms. But like I started out saying with this is a bit more of a exercise for balance and coordination here. So we're going to do it 2 more times. Push the ball as you breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Look up, or look forward at least if you're going to come up. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, to finish this, I drag my feet together, and I'm going to splash, and then flick. And then like I have the beach ball, push it under the water. We're going to do that again. Splash, flick. Look to the right this time. Push the ball into the water. One more. A little slower. Splash, flick. Look straight up. And then push down as you look down. So this idea, again, this is like water. You know, there's this water thing, because water, you know, just on a physical level, it's really soft, but it's also very powerful. You know, raining out, oh, big deal. And then a downpour, like, oh my gosh. You can go to the ocean and the wave will knock you over and drown you. So it's very physical, but it's also very subtle and relaxing. So that's the kind of idea with a lot of these exercises, especially with the Tai Chi forms. It's all about trying to make ourselves like water, okay?